Welcome back to the Immigration Answers Show. My name is Jim Hacking. I'm an immigration lawyer practicing law throughout the United States out of our offices in St. Louis, San Diego, and Washington, D.C. This is episode number 426 of the Immigration Answers Show. My hair is looking a little crazy today. I don't know what's going on with that. I hope you all are doing well. I'll be here for the next hour answering as many of your immigration law related questions as I can. Doing the show a little bit early because we're going to shut it down for Labor Day weekend. I hope you all have big plans for the long weekend. If you haven't already, introduce yourself in the comments and let us know what you're going to do for fun this weekend. I don't know what I really have planned. We might go apple picking. There's a Japanese festival at the garden, so we might go to the garden and see that. Happy Friday, HXH. Good afternoon, Jamal. Hello, Chetty. Good to see everybody. Rosia's got her oath ceremony on September 19th. That's great news. We're very happy for her. But again, I hope you all have big plans to do something fun this weekend. Let's go ahead and get the show started, and we'll say hi to Frank. Hi, Frank.
Hey, Jim. How are you?
I'm great. How are you doing?
Fine, thank you so much. Jim, I have a question about my case, which is very unique, and it's a second marriage for my wife, and she petitioned before than me, and I watched your video about it, and we have been married more than a year, almost 2 years, but we applied 4 months ago, and I received interview date for next month. September 20. And I applied joint tax returns, the lease on the same, both names, rent insurance, car insurance. There are so many supportive documents, bunch of documents. But I'm still worrying about it because it's going to be second marriage for her, and I watched your video. And do you think it's going to be a problem on my case?
Did the first person get a green card?
Yeah, he's a citizen.
He's a citizen. Okay. And when did they get divorced?
In a year before we married.
A year before you met or a year before you married?
Before we married, 1 year before we married.
So how long did you know her before you got married?
9 months.
So you met her 3 months after her divorce was final.
Yeah, but they were apart for a long time, not and they filed 6 months before the divorce for the finalized, and there's a 2 years gap before and they're apart and we are married.
Are you and your wife from the same country?
Yes, I'm in the United States. I am an F1 student, and I have no criminal background or something like that. We have tons of the joint documents, joint bank account, lease, and driver license on the same address.
Hey, Frank, this is a good practice for you for your interview. I asked you a yes or no question, and you told me a whole story. So this is a good practice for you. When someone asks you a question, listen to the question and then answer the question. So my question was, are you and she from the same country?
Yes.
Is her ex-husband also from that country?
Yes, that's right.
Did you know him before?
No, you ever met him? No, I never met him, and their case was in the different states. She just moved back to here because her family is living here, and then we met.
So I think you're right to be a little bit worried. What are you worried about specifically?
My worry is, I read so many, cases, and they had their interview, but no answer for 2-3 years. And as you know, this process is so difficult to, handle it for mentally. I'm not sure I can do it or not. Wait for 2-3 years more.
So I don't think you've stated the fear adequately. The fear is actually isn't so much about what delay might happen. I think you need to be worried about the interview itself. I think that if I were your lawyer, I would spend a lot of time preparing her and you for a lot of questions. I think they're going to come at her hard and make her look and try to feel like somebody who just marries people to give them green cards.
Mhm. But
So
you handled this type of cases before, right?
yeah,
And they approved, right? They approved the cases.
yeah, yeah, but
Okay.
they're hard cases.
Yeah, I know it's going to be hard, and but at least it makes me feel relieved. There's no the legal issue. I mean, like they cannot say you cannot petition for second husband.
You just you just said there's no legal issue. That's not the right question. Again, that's not the right question. The right question is, do I think the case is going to be approved, and do I think they're going to give you a hard time? I think they're going to give you a hard time, and I think it might not get approved. They don't like it when people do what she's doing.
I see. You mean I'm in trouble?
I wouldn't say so. I think it's approvable, but she's got to be very careful with what she says, and I think someone needs to go at her pretty hard and see what she says.
I got it. Okay. Also, they have shared kid. Do you think it's gonna help
So
my
that's good.
case?
Yeah, yeah. Was she born in the United States?
Yeah, she was born in the United States, and we have been together almost 2 years, married like 1 year and 3 months ago, and applied 4 months ago, and received the.
Yeah, but see, I'm not. This is one of those cases where I'm not so much concerned about you or your marriage. I'm more concerned about the whole overall picture.
Mhm. I got it.
All right. Thanks, Frank. If you need any help, let us know. Okay.
Okay, I will contact with you. Thanks so much, guys.
Bye, buddy. All right. All right. Help needed. What do you say? Help needed.
Hi Jim, how you doing?
I'm doing great. How are you doing?
Good, good. So thank you for what you do for our behalf. I have a question from a friend. He came into America with an F1 visa, and he adjusted his status by marriage. So he got a 2-year green card. But after then, he had issues with his spouse after filing for the I-1 751. So eventually, that got denied. So when that was denied, his case was forwarded to the immigration court. And just a couple of months ago, he got the EB1 A approved, which is for the extraordinary ability. And so he's planning on, submitting the 485 I-130, no, I-131 and 765. But now the question is, for all those previous years, he's been getting passport stamps. Will he be able to adjust his status based on this new employment-based category, which is the EB1, or does he have to, find another way to adjust his status?
I think he needs to get the conditions removed on his green card.
But it was denied and forwarded to the immigration court.
So let's talk about that. So that in and of itself is very unusual. The vast majority of I-751s that get denied do not get sent immediately to the immigration court. Usually it's years and years that so there's some reason they're trying to kick him out of the country. So he needs to be a little bit concerned about that. Okay. I have not had a situation like this exactly, but I've had similar situations in the office. And in those situations, it's not that the person filed for an EB1A extraordinary ability green card, it's that they married somebody else and tried to get a new green card based on that marriage. And USCIS has said in those situations, no, you can't get your green card based on your marriage to your new person. You have to go back and try to get a 751 approved based on your first marriage. You can get a 751 approved even if it's been denied. You can file a new one. If I were their lawyer, I would have filed a new one right away, just without the spouse. So I guess the big question is, why was the 751 denied?
They said, I think they didn't have enough documentation to prove that the marriage was bona fide. His ex-spouse, because they are divorced now, had a lot of bad, shall I say, her credit was really low. They couldn't really get anything. And, as part of the application, he submitted like a lot of letters to show the reason why they couldn't secure a lot of assets together, but still it was denied. The waiver was denied.
You can get a case approved without a lot of assets. I mean, I do think USCIS's systems are sort of set up against poor people, but you can get a 751 approved without tons and tons of assets. I'm not so worried about that. It sounds like they just did a shitty job of putting the case together.
Okay, so what do you think are his options? What will you recommend his options right now? Will you recommend that he files a new? Yeah.
Does he have an impending court date?
No. So I think that has been dismissed recently after his EB1A got approved.
Doubtful.
So he wasn't.
Doubtful. That in and of itself wouldn't dismiss the removal proceedings.
Yeah, because what he told me was that he had a lawyer, and so he sent them a copy of the EB1 approval, and they requested for the case to be terminated, and it was terminated.
That's good. Okay, so I would focus on filing a new 751 without the spouse.
Okay, even though it doesn't have that much evidence, and as time has gone by,
so we've had many people in the office say, "Oh, Jim, wallahi, it's been a long time. There's no way I can ever get other evidence," and we've built the case with them and gotten it approved. So I reject the argument that they can't get more evidence.
Okay, all right, that's all from me, Jim. Thank you very much.
See you, bud. All right, Mr. A is here. What do you say, Mr. A?
Hey, Jimmy, this is Ali. How you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
Good. Do you like my shirt?
I do.
Hey, so I think I talked to you before about my dad case. That's been stuck in the administrative process since 2017. So, at the embassy of Baghdad in Iraq. So in this year, 23, they send an email. They sent an email to my brother, say they need to complete the medical exam, him and my mom. So my mom did, and they both did. They send the passport. They issue my mom a visa, and she's coming today actually. And my father, they took his passport, and they sent an email. They say it's still in the administrative process, and they haven't even sent the passport back for almost like 5 months. And every time I send him email, he just sent him email, no response.
Does he have military service?
Oh yeah, he was a general in the army.
Well, that's why.
But he'd been here before. He'd been in America before.
That's a visit. That's a big difference than giving him a green card.
Okay. And then they did like a background. They want if you want being arrested. He's saying also that's because he never been arrested or anything. He would send all of that. But now the issue is they just took his passport.
So how long ago was the medical was 5 months ago?
That was on May 23 this year.
So what's your question for me?
So what we should do now?
The only thing that would work is to sue them. I don't know if it's going to work, though. I don't know if they're going to give them a visa. They don't like giving former generals visas to the United States. They might, but I don't know if they will.
With all his friends, actually, they're here in America, and they were like way higher than him rank,
So he probably needs to sue. Otherwise, they're just going to sit on it.
Okay. Last time I was talking to the office, and there was like because my brother did file. Did he need to be in the call or something? Because last time when I contacted the office, because he's in overseas, can I handle the situation myself?
Well, we would need to. We can't file a lawsuit without talking to him, and the lawsuit would be in his name. So we would need to talk to him at some point.
Oh, to my brother.
Okay,
cool. All right, cool. And which office should I contact? Just any office or?
Just the main office, 314-961-8200.
Oh, okay, cool.
Thanks, Ali. See you, buddy.
Thank you.
Peace.
Bye.
All right, Susu's here. What up, Susu?
Hi, good afternoon, Mr. Jim.
How are you doing?
I'm doing fine, but I need your honest opinion on a case that I have pending since 2019. I filed with my husband and my son. My son is 10 now. But I had an interview on June, but my husband did not go with me to the interview.
Why?
So I didn't get to go. We had a little disagreement. We had a little argument and so we didn't get to go. But he called the lawyer and he asked the lawyer if she can let the interview go for another day. She said she did. but now I still get a denial letter. So I need your honest opinion. What do you think I should do? I called them and they said no letter was never sent there. You understand? So I don't know
I
what
don't.
should I do. Should
I don't know if that's
I
true.
want to?
How are things with you and your husband right now?
Well, we're together still, but we on a rocky part. But we're still together. But I want to know what would happen to my son too, if his case gonna be denied too or not,
Probably.
because it was too. I don't know, Mr. Jim. This immigration situation is, oh my God, I don't know what to say. It is nerve wracking. You see, I'm blowing here. I don't know. She
Well,
said she did send him a letter, and she said that's how immigration stay. They don't accept when they're wrong, and a
well,
whole lot of things she told me. So I don't.
I wouldn't put much blame for this on the lawyer. I would blame your husband for this more than anything. This isn't your lawyer's fault. I have every reason to believe your lawyer. If they said they sent it, I believe your lawyer. I mean, USCIS doesn't file things properly all the time.
That's what she's saying, but I don't know. Mr. Jim, it's hard after waiting all these years, and I don't know. So she told me no, I should refile.
When you
So
married
I don't know.
when you married your spouse, were you in status or out of status?
I was I was in status. Yeah, I was in status, but because of COVID and all, it's still since 2018 my case is pending. But because of COVID and all of that, everything just went. It just the other day they sent me. I had a first interview and that was it, and then they
How
sent
did
me another interview which was a so. Huh?
how did you enter the United States?
I had a 10-year multiple, so I used to be going and coming all the time.
So you got
And
married on a
then
visit visa.
yes, yes,
Okay. So what's the question for me?
yeah. That's my question. My question is that what do you think should I do? Should I wait or should I refile or what should I do in a
Well,
case like this?
putting
Because I still have my son case is pending too.
putting
So
aside the problem with your marriage, from an
yeah.
immigration standpoint, the best thing to do is to refile. You're not going to appeal or try to challenge that denial. You didn't show up for
Uh
your
huh.
interview. You didn't show up for your interview. That's sort of a dead letter, and it's also going to put them on heightened alert. They're just going to slow walk the case because they probably figure there's problems with you and your
Mm.
spouse, so they're just going to go really slow and not give you the green card and think that eventually he'll divorce you and then you won't get a green card. That's the game they're playing.
No.
They're trying to outlast your marriage.
Yeah. Because it's since 2018 to now, and I don't have anything, so I don't know. So I should refile.
Yeah, but you got to have a heart to heart with your spouse and say, "Are you going to stand up for me? Or are you going to ghost me when the interview notice comes again?"
Okay.
All right,
For my son now, I have to refile that too.
I wouldn't refile it yet, but it's on life support. It's in bad shape because they've already determined that the marriage isn't valid.
Okay. All right.
All right, thanks, Sue.
Thank you.
All right. Got a nice little note here. I'm absolutely thrilled to share my experience with hacking law after an agonizing 7-year wait. I received the most incredible news. Asylum interview done in March and now approved. That was good news. That was a case we really fought over. That was a case where our client was very, very reasonable, very, very smart. And when we asked him to let us give the government extensions to finalize the case instead of getting a motion to dismiss, he wisely agreed. And now he and his whole family have asylum in the United States. So good job to our team. Really happy with that result. It's hard to believe that you could wait 7 years for an asylum decision and that you actually have to sue them to get that decision. But we're very happy. Thank you, TechWise Hub. Glad that worked out. Let's say hi to Dravid. Hello, Dravid. Your audio's breaking up. Hi, how are you?
I'm good, Jim. How are you, Jim?
I'm okay, but your audio sucks. Go ahead.
Yeah, I have a question, Jim. So, firstly, thanks for your help, and I would like to just go through my case. I came US in 2014 as a F1 student. I married to US citizen in August 2018, and we waited for the document to send like almost 1 year due to like I sent the documents in July 2020. and I-131, I-765 is approved in 0 April, and after 6 months I got an interview. After pin drop silence, after the interview, like 2023 March, they approved my I-130. For I-485, they asked to send the I-693, and I submitted. It's been like almost 4 months, no response, nothing. In between, and last 3 months before, I traveled internationally using my H-1B visa. So now my question is, what can I do? Like it's been like almost 3 years, 4 years I've been waiting. So can I show the USCIS, or because I traveled internationally in between, so I cannot show USCIS.
You traveled after you got advanced parole or before advanced parole?
I traveled after advanced parole, but the advanced parole is expired. I never used advanced parole.
Well, I guess my question is, at the time that you traveled, quote unquote, on your H-1B, was your advanced parole valid or invalid?
That time.
What?
The advanced parole time is valid only from the April 2021 to April 2022. But I traveled in January 2023
So I
with
think
using H1B.
I think there's an argument that you abandoned your H-1B, you abandoned your green card case. Now, H-1Bs are different, but I think there's an argument to be made that you you abandon your green card by leaving without valid advanced parole.
What would you suggest? Like, I mean, what are the chances would you recommend if I show, like, whether we're gonna get results or positive side or
Well, here's
negative? I mean,
here's the way I would think about it if I were you. Okay.
mm-hmm.
So right now they're confused because you left the United States and you didn't have advanced parole when you left the United States. That's unusual. Usually when that happens, that means the person has to file a new 485. Okay? But sometimes they wait a year or two to tell you that your 485 is no good because you left. Okay?
Okay.
So if you don't sue them, you could wait 2 years and then have to file a new 485. Or you could sue them now and you either get it approved and you have your green card, which is good. And I think that's a 55% versus 45% chance. I know H's and L's are dual purpose, but I don't know how it, and I know that green cards aren't deemed abandoned when it's based on employment, but I don't know if that's true, Binyam, for marriage based when someone has an H-1B. That's the question. But in any event, I think that filing a lawsuit makes sense either way, because either you're going to get your green card, if Binyam is right, you get your green card and you're good to go. If not, they'll tell you your green card was deemed abandoned and you have to file a new 485, and you get that on file now instead of 2 years from now.
Okay. If I reapply the green card, like how long it might take, and my I-130 is approved. So do I need to provide what kind of, again, the?
You don't have to file the I-130 again, but you have to file a 485, and of course we would file everything, the 765, the 131, all that stuff.
Again, we need to file. Okay. Okay. So making sense, right, Jim? So like applying a lawsuit with you guys, right? So
yeah.
So we're gonna get results.
Yeah, send us an email and say, my name is David, I was on the show, and I want to file a lawsuit, and we'll go from there.
Sure, Jim. So how long it will take to get the results approximately?
Oh, the lawsuit? Probably 3 or 4 months.
Oh, 3-4 months we gonna come to know what is happening. Okay.
Yep.
Okay, Jim. Thank you.
Bye, David. See you, buddy.
Yeah.
All right. Let's see what Mahmoud has to say. Hi, Mahmoud.
Hey, Jim. How are you doing?
I'm well. How are you?
I'm fine, thank you. So my question is, I have a green card, the immigration green card, and I'm thinking, can I apply for a re-entry travel document? Because I'm thinking maybe I'll go out the United States maybe after 3 years, and come back after maybe 1.5 years or so.
Sure. Why
So,
couldn't you?
okay, that's the first question. Can this jeopardize my citizenship chances?
Yes.
Uh, if if I complete 3 years, constant 3 years, then I go. Then I apply for this. Even so, it's gonna jeopardize
So did you get your green card based on marriage or based on something else?
based on immigration. So based on family reunion. I'm sorry.
Okay. So you have to wait 5 years to apply for your citizenship, right?
Yes, exactly.
So when you get your 5-year green card, there's two things to keep in mind. The first question is, how do I make sure that I don't lose my green card? And the next question is, how do I make sure that I can apply for citizenship when I want to or as soon as possible, right? Those are the two main things. So as long as you don't have any trips more than 6 months, you won't lose your green card. Or if you have a reentry permit, as long as you don't go for more than 2 years, you won't lose your green card. But if you leave the United States, even on a reentry permit, let's say you like you said, you had 3 years of full time living in the United States. Then you got a reentry permit and were gone for 2 years. And then you came back. And then you hung out for, say, a year and wanted to apply for citizenship, right? We have seen cases where USCIS says that 2-year break, even though it was forgiven because of the reentry permit and forgiven so that it didn't affect your green card, it resets the clock and you have to wait 4 years and 1 day from when you arrive to apply for citizenship.
Okay. Yeah. So, but as long as I come back before the 2 years, and as long as I finish the 3 years accommodation, because as I know, I can apply for a citizenship after for 5 years and completing 3 years.
Anytime you have a trip for more than 6 months, with a reentry permit or not, they can and do presume that you abandon your residency unless you maintain your residency. But that lately has been very much a losing battle. Pretty much right now, if you have a trip more than 6 months, they assume that you abandon your residency, and it's almost impossible to assume that you maintained your residency. In other words, they use trips of more than 6 months to keep people from getting their citizenship.
What about if I still have job and I can work remotely outside?
That helps. If you own a house and you keep it, that helps. If you pay taxes in the United States, it helps. But my point is, if you're having that argument, you're probably going to lose.
Yes.
If you even have the argument, you're probably going to lose.
Great. That's the information I want. So I don't want to take long. If I talk long, just cut me up.
You're fine, buddy.
Yeah, I called you before about I have a file for I-130, and I said about Libya, and she used to live in Libya. And I don't really know if you remember this. That time you told me that I have a proxy marriage because I made the contract.
I remember.
Yes. So it's called a proxy marriage based on what? Based on, I mean.
Okay, a proxy marriage is whenever a couple purportedly gets married, but they're not in the same physical space on Earth at the time of the marriage. That's a proxy marriage.
Great. You told me that time probably I'm gonna be rejected because I filed this. So if I'm waiting for the rejection and I want to fix this, but they still didn't answer to me. They still didn't give me the decision. So what should I do? Should I call? Should I do any action that stop this file because I want to refile, or
so here you go.
just wait?
I'm writing myself a time. I'm doing my topics for next week's videos, and you've given me 2. So thank you, Mahmoud.
Yeah,
One is, if you're arguing over 6 months, you've already lost. That's one. That's from our last topic. For this one, this is what I wrote down. If I know a case is a loser, I'm going to withdraw it.
Okay.
And there's two reasons for that. The first reason is that it's faster. Because as you say, you could wait 3, 6, 9, 12 months for them to issue a denial on a case that's already dead. There's a movie and a book that I really loved called Dead Man Walking. Dead Man Walking is about a guy on death row, and he's walking around in the prison, but he's already a dead man. And I think about that with cases. These are dead cases walking, right? So you have a dead case because it cannot be approved, because the only way you can get a proxy marriage approved is to prove that you've seen each other face to face since then, and you haven't. So this is a case that cannot be approved. So if I know for sure that a case cannot be approved, what I would do is figure out how am I going to file a new case that can be approved. And once I figure that out, as fast as I can, I'm going to withdraw the bad case so that it's faster and so that I don't get a negative decision on my record.
All right. Okay. So that helps. Last thing, I have a brother who lived in Libya also, and can I file for him for immigration?
Nope, not until you get your citizenship, and then it's a 15-year wait.
Great. Thank you. Thanks a lot, Jim.
See you, Mahmoud. Good luck, buddy.
Yeah.
I like that title, Dead Case Walking. Dead case still pending. Yeah, dead case still pending. That's who said that? A said that. Dead case still pending. I got my title for that video. I'll shoot it tomorrow probably. Dead case. I'll just call it dead case pending, because then it sounds like dead man walking. Dead case pending. If you got a dead case pending, if you're 100% sure that it's a dead case, you dismiss that bad boy. You don't waste anybody's time with that. You don't want a record on your record telling you that you know that it might make your second case harder if you do all that, right? So that's a dead case walking. Oh, Antonio's here. What do you say, Antonio?
Hey, Jim. What's up, buddy?
How you doing, man?
I'm doing great. So I have a question. We're at the MVC stage, and I was reading through the whole website, and one of the things that caught my eye was they're asking to bring to the interview a copy of my wife's kids' birth certificates. One, they're not migrating. Two, one is 18, the other's 14, but she doesn't have custody of him. She hadn't seen him for 12 years. So
Okay.
She doesn't have his birth certificate. She has the 18-year-old, but not his. Is that going to be an issue?
Probably.
Really?
Yeah. Do you know why they're asking for that?
No. Why?
Because they want to see if there's some way they can fuck with the validity of your relationship. Because assume she had not a 14-year-old and an 18-year-old. What if she had a 1-year-old and a 3-year-old?
Well, they'd be migrating with me.
Oh, you're with Antonio, but really you got this baby daddy.
Oh. Okay.
All right.
Appreciate it.
She's got to try to get it.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye, Antonio. See you,
Bye,
buddy. Yeah, if they ask for something, you got to get it for them. All right. Hey, just real quick, I've been asking people to try to help us with our Yelp reviews. If you go to review Hacking Law, you can leave us a review, and we got some good ones. I was just going to read them over for you real quickly. Let me do that. Here we go. Can you guys see that? Yeah, good. Anthony left us a nice 4-star review. I don't know why I didn't get 5, but I got 4. So 5s help more than 4s for what it's worth. The best immigration lawyer I've listened to. Very informative and straight up reasoning way to go, Mr. Jim and your team. Alejandra, she came on the show this week. If I could, I'd leave a 1,000-star review. Hacking Immigration Law handled my removal of condition case beautifully, which was just approved. Top-notch service, attention, professionalism from the intake team to the paralegal to the lawyers. I'm so grateful I got to find them on the internet. If you can afford it, there's no better firm out there to help on your case. Jim and Amani's team will work to make your case as strong as possible and will not promise unrealistic results. They will lay things out for you to decide. Great team to work with, 1,000% worth paying for their services. Thank you, thank you, thank you. So thank you to Anthony and Alejandra. And then there's one other one I wanted to show you. And it's funny because the reason I want to show you the last one is because I want to see if you guys think this is true. Let me see if I can find it real quick. Share screen. Here we go. JJ says, Jim has helped me and many of my friends to get immigration visa for family members. I wish I had started the process with his office from the beginning. The office deserves every penny. Mr. Hacking was so honest to the point he told me exactly what to expect. That's Fairfax. I'll be in Fairfax on Friday, and there's a little taco place that I found. When I walked into that taco place, the very nice lady felt sorry for me because I was the only person in there that didn't speak Spanish. and she wanted to give me my lunch for free, but I paid for it. But then I ran into a fan from TikTok at that Fairfax taco place. When we get closer this week, I'll tell you where I'm going to be for lunch on Saturday, Friday, assuming my flight goes okay. Now, here's the one I want to ask you guys about. Kristen in Riverside. I've read some negative reviews saying that Jim is using his podcast/show to fish for clients. He literally spends an hour almost every day patiently listening and answering all manner of immigration questions. The patience this guy has, especially with people with immigration issues that cannot be fixed and or self-inflicted, is remarkable. If he believes he can help you, he tells you. If he can't, he tells you. That's honestly refreshing. Thank you, Kristen, for that. And that is exactly sort of what I try to do. I try to play it straight. Do I take cases? Yeah. Do we get cases off here? Yeah. Do most of the people that I talk to not hire us? For sure. For sure. If I talk to, say, 20 people an episode or 15 to 20 people an episode, and I do 4 shows a week, let's say that's 60 to 80 people, we probably sign up 1 or 2 cases off here every week. So we're helping a lot more people than just the people that end up hiring us. As far as Yelp, I agree, and Pineapple Lemon, Yelp is not where I would go to look, but people do look, and we had a bunch of bad reviews. So if you guys could take 60 seconds and leave us a quick 5-star review, we would really appreciate it. It would mean the world to me if you could do that. Reviewhackinglaw.com will take you right there, and just leave us a 5-star review. I know. We've got over 1,000 Google reviews, so we're trying to focus a little bit on Yelp, just because we had some negative reviews from some people that weren't very nice. All right. That all being said, let's talk to Adam. What do you say, Adam?
Hello, Jim.
How you
Hello.
doing?
I have a question. My case was returned to USCIS for possible revoke, and they give us like 30 days to respond. So we respond before the due date for like 1 week, and USPS delay like the packet, and it's delivered to USCIS like July 25, or no, delivered like July 26. But in July 25, they revoked the case. Okay.
Wait,
And when my wife contacted,
are you saying that they received it after the 30 days? You said that you sent it back a week. You said you sent back the response to the notice of intent to revoke 1 week later. But did USCIS receive it after the 30 days or before the 30 days?
Yeah, they receive it after revoke.
That sucks.
Yeah. So they revoke it like July 25, but before like the due date, my wife contacts them. They said we take like with the date you put the evidence in USPS. Like it was July 11.
That's not true. That's BS.
They said that.
But that's bullshit.
When she called them, they said that.
They make stuff up all the time. That's not true.
So after they revoked the case in July 20. What?
I said that's BS. They tell people things that are wrong all the time. It's the date that they receive it. It's not the date you mailed it.
Yeah. So in July 25, they revoked the case, and my wife contacts them. They said they send a revoke notice, and in July 29, my status changed in USCIS website to send to case sent to the Department of State.
Okay.
And when I contact USCIS, like I asked Emma, they said we sent the case to Department of State in July 29. So I asked them how. They said we received the evidence or the packet in July 27. So I keep trying. My wife called them a lot. They said we send the case to NVC. Wait for NVC to contact you. So I don't know if my file is lost or it's actually with NVC, or I don't know. What do you think?
Which embassy? Did you have an embassy interview?
Yeah, I had my interview last year.
Where and what happened?
Like I think she didn't believe my marriage. She just asked for chat record, and I told her my profile in Facebook was closed, so I didn't use it anymore. I can't.
What else happened at the interview?
You heard me?
No. What else happened at the interview? They asked to see your Facebook account, and you said it's closed. What else happened?
Yeah, like, and she asked who pay for her tickets when she came to your country, when she visit you.
And what'd you say? Well, sorry, Adam. The reception is too bad. That's too bad. That's a sad situation. It sounds like it's confusing as to whether or not the case is actually closed or not. Hold on. I don't know what's up with
Yeah,
your
sorry,
reception.
yeah.
I don't know what's up
Yeah,
with your reception.
my. Okay, so she said, I want to know who paid for the ticket. So we proved that she paid for her ticket when she visit me, and
What country are you from? All right, enough of that. Sorry, Adam. You got to get better reception, brother. All right, let's say hi to Junaid. Hi, Junaid.
Hi, how you doing, Jim?
I'm great, buddy. How you doing?
Okay, so as I called you last time about I-71 is pending for 8 months, and my marriage has been like 4 years, and my wife and I have like fight every other day, and she told me that cancel your conditional green card and go back to your country.
Screw
So
her.
yeah, she wanna screw. So I said you can cancel if you want. So she say, I will first you try to cancel. If you not, then I will cancel. She don't want divorce. She say you just go back.
Fuck
'Cause
her.
so what should I do? Like I have a daughter, so I have a that marriage is not like fake. It's a family relation. My sister is married to their family member, like her brother, and like we are close. We are relative, and that's absolutely not a fake or something. So I want to know what should I do, like what I can.
You should gather up all of the evidence that you can that the marriage is real.
Okay.
You should get a copy of whatever you filed when you filed the joint 751.
Yes, I did.
Then you should move out
Okay.
and get divorced and file an I-751 without her. You can win this without her. You don't need her. You don't have to rely on her. She
Okay.
can't hold this over your head. We can help you if you need it.
Okay. Yeah, I need attorney.
Yeah. So email and say, I'm Junaid. I was on the show. I'm having trouble with my wife. My 751's only been pending for 8 or 9 months.
Yeah.
Can you help me? And then we can help you with this. Don't worry. You can stay.
Okay. So if she cancels, so I can stay. Like I can just move to a different address and I can stay, right? So
Yeah, but there's a lot of stuff you need to do. You need to get a new 751 on file as fast as you can. You need to change your address, but you do not have to rely on her to stay in the United States. You can do this without her.
Okay. So I mean so when I file without her, so they go send me a travel paper again. The one they send me, it's
Yes.
a long. It's gonna be the same thing. It's just be on my behalf.
Yes.
And so like how she can cancel? It can happen with only divorce, or she can cancel without divorce too.
She could write them a letter and say, I don't want to participate in the 751 anymore. I don't know what they would do when they get a letter like that. They'd probably close the file, but that for all those reasons, that's why you need to move quickly to get your own case on file without her.
So my already one case is pending with her, so so I need to just forget about it and file another one.
The way we do it is we get it on file without her, and then we send our own request to withdraw the old one and say, I previously filed one with my old battle axe wife 8 months ago. Now I want to file one on my own and proceed without her based on the good faith marriage exception to the 751 joint filing requirement.
Okay. All right. So I will contact you and we can do this, right? Because it happened like it's been happening for 2 months, but now she's really serious. She stopped working now. She never worked. I always support her. I am the one who filed tax, everything. I have a lot of evidence, pictures,
Good.
all
That's the most important thing. Make sure you can secure that somewhere where she can't take it from you.
Yeah, I did already. Yeah,
Okay.
I have all the bank statement, joint bank. I'm the one who making money and spending all together and everything. Like I did, like it was my, I still like she's still my wife and I still the same, but she just don't want me to be with her and she don't want divorce. She said I don't want, just cancel the card and go back to where you came from.
Well, that's not how it works. So she can buzz off.
All right. So okay, I'll contact you and just let her do whatever she want to do and we can work on our end whatever we have to do,
Yeah,
right?
but I wouldn't tell her anything. I would be quiet. I wouldn't cause any fights. I would just do my planning and get out of there and do it on my own.
Okay. So if you tell me to cancel, I will. Okay, no problem. Go cancel, right?
But only after you get yours on file.
Before cancel, I need to file by my own.
Yeah, we want yours on file before we cancel it because we don't want there to be a gap. We want you to have that letter.
Okay. All right. I will contact you then in your email, or should I call your number?
No,
Like
just email and say, I'm Junaid. I was on the show at the 45-minute mark. Junaid, we've done this exact case. Are you from Pakistan?
Yes.
We've done this exact case from Pakistan probably 8 or 9 times for men, and we've probably done them 40 overall. So we totally know what to do.
Okay. So this is the email info@hackingimmigrationlaw.com.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, because I was in Dubai. I had a government job. I was well set. I don't have a problem. I just quit everything. I moved here because she's my family member. She's my relative. I got married with her. That wasn't fake or anything. But she like after it's been a 4 year now things are getting complicated. She
Yeah.
stopped working. She
I mean, if you have a kid, that goes a long way.
Yeah, my kid is 3 year old. My daughter more than 3 year old.
All right, great. Thanks, Junaid. Hang in there.
Thank you.
Bye, buddy. We're going to try to go back to Adam one more time. If his reception's no good, that's it. I'm done. I have questions. What country are you from?
What?
No bueno. No bueno, Huli. I don't know what's up. That guy needs to get better Wi-Fi. El Bassi. What do you say, El Bassi?
Hey, hi, Jim.
How you doing?
I'm doing great. Can I get up from the camera?
You are off the camera.
Thank you, Jim. I called you like 3 months ago, and thank you for what you are doing. I also advised my cousin to take you for lawsuit, and is on the file now. This is my issue. I don't know if it's a real issue. My mom get in this country in 2005 with asylum. She get granted, and for some reason, when she filed everything for us, we try to come here, but the government in my country don't issue us some travel document. They refuse to give us some travel document because they know that we are my mom. They know my mom, and that's why they don't want us to move from the country. But I figured out I take my cousin passport and come to United States in 2017, and I file another asylum, and I was granted last week for asylum.
Congratulations.
Thank you. And in the same time, you cannot believe, Jim, my asylum court is like only 20 minutes.
Is only what?
20 minutes. The judge was lawyer, a immigration lawyer before. She was very, very, very upset about my lawyer because it's something the lawyer have to do, and I don't have to wait that long time. And she was very pissed off. And she called my mom and apologized to my mom because of what I'll come to this country for more than 5 years and they didn't issue. She said it's a little thing he have to do, but he don't know why he don't make a research to do that. But she don't really explain what to. And he told to the government attorney, I'm not gonna discuss with this guy. He suffer a lot. Her man suffer a lot. You guys cannot keep him in this country without status. So she grant me asylum. She say, I grant it. I don't want to hear nothing. It's done.
Wow. Did the government reserve appeal?
No.
Great.
The guy say is understandable, and when he take my file, he know that I deserve asylum.
Good.
So they don't talk. But my question is this: I came with somebody else but a document, and now I'm married with U.S. citizen. We have 2 kids. I also filed for green card, and last week they sent me a RFE for a medical examination for my wife.
So your marriage-based green card is
Yes.
speeding along.
Yes.
And did you say you entered on somebody else's passport? Is that the deal?
Yes.
Okay. So I think I know where you're headed, but if not, tell me. I think that you might not want to try to get your green card based on marriage. You might have to just wait after a year and for your asylum application for when you're eligible, because the asylum should clean up the entry with someone else's passport.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't if you tried to get your green card based on marriage. I'd have to research all that to tell you that for sure, but that's what my gut tells me.
Okay. Yeah, I know you talk about it. That's why I want to ask you.
I had a case like this once. We did a lawsuit for a guy from Afghanistan, and he really, really, really needed to get his asylum green card instead of his marriage-based green card. Like, I think it was even like USCIS was getting real close to interview him, which it sounds like basically you are. You might even not have an interview. But I think that for lots of reasons, you probably want to go the slow route and get your green card based on asylum. I don't know for sure, but that's what my gut tells me.
Okay, thank you. So that's what I want to know, because I know that my entry is illegal, so they asked me to do waiver, all those things.
Yeah.
I don't want to go.
You don't want to mess with all that. Nope.
Yes. Okay, thank you. So your advice is to just drop that marriage-based green card and wait until next year and file for asylum, right?
Probably, but I'm not your lawyer, right? So it's hard for me to say that just based on a phone call, but that's what my gut tells me.
Okay. Thank you, Jim.
You're welcome, Labassi.
Thank you so much.
Thanks,
Yeah.
buddy. And I would love to read that transcript from the judge. It sounds like she was really mad.
Yeah, she was very mad. And maybe you know her, like she was lawyer for a long time for no-profit organization. Now,
yeah, see that just goes to show you the difference between judges that are appointed by Trump, who just want to deport everyone as fast as possible, versus immigration lawyers who know what they're doing. And not to say that immigration judges appointed by Trump don't know what they're doing, but that they're not inclined to just deport everybody.
Yeah, thank you so much. And keep what you are doing. You are helping a lot of people. And yeah, God bless you a lot, you and your family.
You got it, buddy. Keep me posted, okay?
Okay, thank you.
See ya. All right. Since everybody's asking in the comments, I'm going to try one more time for Adam, but I swear to God, if it shorts out, I'm hanging up. And that's it. Kalas, Kafea. Adam.
It's my internet. I live in Egypt. It's my internet.
All right. So
yeah.
How old is your wife?
She is 38.
How old are you?
29.
That's not too bad.
Mm-hmm.
So what else happened at your interview?
No, she was asking about how we met. So we met through a friend. So she was asking a lot about this question, like how you met.
Yeah, so she clearly didn't believe the marriage. She sent it back.
Yeah, but she wasn't sure 100% that it's a fake marriage or like that. So she didn't send the case back after the interview. Like we wait like 4 months in administration process, then we get an email. But actually, they did an interview with her on the phone.
And how'd that go?
Yeah, but I wasn't in Egypt. If I was in Egypt, I think my interview was going well and easy, but I was in African country.
So what's the question for me?
The question is my case with NVC, or should I refile I-130? Because I don't want to appeal and pay money, and maybe they will say, maybe you can refile. I know appealing, and I heard you before said refiling I-130 is better than appeal.
Well, what's most important to you, saving money or keeping all of your options available?
If I refile, that's not option.
If you refile, I would refile, because then we don't know. It's going to be hard to know if the case got to NVC. It's going to be hard to know if NVC is processing that case. I would
Yeah.
file a new, and I would say stronger I-130.
Yeah.
Go from
Actually,
there.
my wife visited me like after my interview like 2 times more, and we want to have a family. We are trying to have babies, you know. So that's my question is, like, they can receive, because they send us email. After we send them email, they said we received your response in July 26 after the revoke. So I don't know if my case is in NVC, or I don't know. It's a game. It's like a game for them. Like, if you want to revoke, just say we revoke and we didn't receive anything. But now you said the case transferred to NVC. Like a lot of agent in USIS said that, and they said an officer will call you, and they didn't call.
But
So
we know your response got there late, so it might be dead on arrival. I mean, getting your response there late in and of itself is enough reason for them to deny the I-130.
yeah, but like, why they didn't wait? Like, we keep contacting them, like they just wait like a week, so they revoke. Like, after the due date, they wait like a week, then they revoke. Then USPS delivered the package. So I don't know where's my case, and I'm waiting actually, because I will stay in Egypt like for like maybe like 1 year and a half. So I'm just waiting, and maybe my wife will visit me like after 2 months. I will make my case stronger if I will refile I-130, and I will do it with you actually, because I know you are a good lawyer. So I'm just waiting. Do you think I have to wait, or I just refile right now? And I can refile when I'm having a case with them.
Yeah, you can refile. Here's what I would say. I would pick a day in my head. I would pick a day and say, okay, they received my response on the end of July. If I don't have a response, if I don't see some kind of movement at the NVC by, say, October 1st, then I'm going to refile. You could pick the date, whatever you want, but I would just put it in my mind.
Yeah, like, okay, a month or months and a half. Yeah, like months and a half.
So a month and a half is my birthday, September 13th. So if you don't hear from me by September 13th,
I will refile in October, in October 13th, or September or October.
September.
No, I will wait a month and a half since this day.
That sounds good. Whatever you want, just let me know, okay?
Okay. Thank you.
Bye, Adam. See you, buddy.
Bye.
Okay, I got to get to an old friend. What do you say, Fatuma? There she
Hi,
is.
Sabine. How are you?
We miss you.
We miss you too.
How you been?
I'm good. I'm in Nairobi currently, doing well.
Where
How
are
about you?
Where are you?
Right now in Nairobi, Kenya.
Nice. Good.
How are you doing?
I'm good. Alhamdulillah. I'm good. I'm leaving.
And how about the family?
They're good.
I hope they're all doing great.
I have 3 in college now, and then one in high school. So it's fun.
Oh, good. And I'm doing good.
Good.
So,
what question you got for me? You're like, Jim, is my green card ever going to get issued? That's my immigrant visa ever going to get issued, right?
Yeah, but I'm seeing lately visibility, no movement.
Well, but there's a new fiscal year coming October 1st. So I think we'll see some movement in October for the October visa bulletin.
Oh, okay. You know, I've been documentary qualified since December.
Yeah, but isn't your final action date like 2 years away?
When I see on the final action date, F2B, it is on 22 September 2015, yeah.
And what are you, 2018?
No, mine priority date.
Yeah.
October 31st, 2016.
2016. So you might be in good shape. I would say probably in about a year or less.
Oh, so, and on October visa bulletin, the October coming, do you think I will be lucky or?
Inshallah, I think it's going to go up, get better. I think. I don't know for sure, but everybody thinks so because there's a new round of visas available for the new fiscal year.
You know, sometimes the visa bulletin, when I check the movement, sometimes they are 2 months, 1 week, you know.
Yeah. But I think it'll be a good jump, maybe 6 months or something.
Oh, okay.
I don't know.
Oh, okay. You know, I've been waiting. Lately, I'm tired of looking.
You're waiting a long time, Fatuma. I know you've been waiting. You've been talking to me, and your case hasn't moved that much since we started talking.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if it start moving, it's like a little movement, not that big.
I mean, how long ago did you first come on the show? Like 3 years ago or 2 years ago?
I think 2020.
Yeah, yeah.
It was on 2020. Right now, I think it's 3 years. I think. Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll check. We'll see. The visa bulletin come out probably in about 10 days, so we'll see.
Okay. Thank you.
Bye, Fatuma. See ya.
See you.
Oh, that's our good friend Fatuma, one of our all-time favorites, the OG Fatuma, and her brother Yusuf. Listen, that'll do it for today's show. I'll be back. Oh, Shabazz is here. Sorry, Shabazz, I got to go. Nora's got a softball game. You always wait, Shabazz, till the last minute. Next show is scheduled for Tuesday at 2 o'clock, but I bet $10 I'll do a show on either Saturday, Sunday, or Monday. I don't know when. So you should text the word show to 314-470-3300. I will see you guys all next week. Have a nice long weekend and be kind to each other. Bye, guys.